Dive inside and find your mind.
Hey, and welcome back for some more Blindfold chess. In this series, I play a game of chess on a special account meant for blindfold only. My opponents are not blindfolded, I'm in the normal rated pool, and I can't see the pieces. I also am using Zen mode, so there is no move history or anything like that, no move notation. And as you'll see in this game, sometimes that messes me up. My only sign of a move is the visual aid of the highlighted squares. And sometimes not having the move notation messes me up severely, as you will see in the following game. This is all done in an attempt to improve my visualization. I feel like I have some major visualization issues, and if I can improve on that, maybe I can improve my chess in general, specifically my blunders, piece dropping, and stuff like that. So, yeah, without further ado, we're going to jump into this next game, and this was a wild one. Forgive me too, making these overlays for you to see the pieces in post production is quite laborious, and sometimes it's very difficult because I have to manually input the moves according to the exact time. This isn't an automated thing, and it gets pretty difficult, especially in time scrambles. So at the very, very end of this game, in a time scramble, it gets a little messed up. So it gets a little janky. So forgive me for that. It's close enough. To redo it, I'd have to start over from the beginning, and it's quite a long, laborious thing. So I'm not into doing that. So I think it's good enough. Sorry if it gets a little janky at the end. But yeah, this game was a good example about why you should never resign at this level, ever. So this was a roller coaster of emotions. There was all sorts of ups and downs, mostly downs. Got pretty hard on myself at one point, but yeah, a shocking result to this game. And yeah, let me know what you think. Now it's time to jump right in. Let's go. Okay, we have a game. We are the white pieces. This is a 20+7. I'm currently rated 1390. And voice input isn't working anymore. Let's try something a little different. E4. I never play E4, so this might go very badly. E4, E5. Knight F3. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the voice input. It's not working anymore, so I have to use the mouse, which is a shame. I was kind of enjoying that. Okay, we have like a traditional style Italian game, which I have almost no clue about. And when I'm playing openings I don't know, it's even harder to keep track of structures and moves, so this probably is going to go quite badly. Knight F6. But I have to protect the pawn on E4. Yeah, people don't like this bishop coming out. They play that preemptively. I don't like the idea of getting my bishop potentially trapped. So my candidate moves in this position are to play the standard Italian idea of c3. But then after this, I'm losing my bishop. Well, no, I guess I could throw in this check. Or not. It's not a check. It's not a check. But I could reroute the bishop. Maybe that's the way to play it. Or castles. No rush to castle yet. My opponent still has a bishop that he hasn't developed. That's what it looks like right now. Okay, and now I'm definitely playing a5, threatening to trap the bishop. He's got to move here or there, or else he's going to lose. Well, no. Once he locks this bishop in, that's when it becomes a problem. So... Wow, he's going for it, hey? We'll just castle. Okay. Very good to know. This pawn still hasn't moved yet, which I find interesting. So should we kick this knight? We can always kick the knight, right? Yeah, let's kick it. I have to watch out for this bishop on that pawn, though. Potentially. I just created a hook for myself. Have to be aware of that. Let's make sure the clocks are working. Yeah, they are. OBS keeps screwing me like that. Okay, so... let's move the rook. Then we're going to move the other knight. Now I have this nice little pin if I ever want it. Before he castles, mind you. But I think pretty customary to get this knight to g3. Might play the bishop there, which we will take. Or we can go here. There's two options. And I don't know which one's best. I think taking is best. The endgame favors white. I know that if he pushes d5 when the knight is still pinnable to the king, there's this idea of bishop b5. Taking. I don't know. Oh, I'm tired. Yep. It sucks I can't get the voice input to work. It was working so good for weeks, and now it's not. And I've looked at every setting, and it just... I think it's something to do with the lichess site. Yeah, I've granted... use microphone allowed. Let's try it again, maybe. Yeah, it just says loading. We'll let it load for a while, I guess. So right now, yeah, I just have a standard plan of trying to get a knight to g3 and push d4. And that's about where my Italian knowledge ends and begins. I'm not an e4 player, but I'm trying to branch out. But it's using the blindfold chess to do it is not the greatest idea. I should play openings I know well. So because I've already pushed h3, my opponent wants to send an attack down my way. That's what my opponent wants to do. But whenever the knight goes there, the knight is undefended on this square right now. So I have a knight here and a queen here. The only thing that is blocking this knight is my knight on f3. Now the only problem I see, let's look at this tactic. Knight takes. So we're going to look at this tactic. Knight takes. The king is still in the center. Knight takes. Attacking my bishop, my nice bishop. Queen takes. Knight takes. Pawn takes. And my knight would be under attack by the queen, but my bishop protects it. Do I really want to go for that just for a pawn? Critical moment. Knight takes. Knight takes. My opponent's pawn structure looks like this. I could throw in a useless check. Wait, no. So, queen takes, knight takes, pawn takes. So now I have a pawn structure like this. The D and E file, the D file would not be open because of the pawn on D6. Oh, wait. If he puts his knight there, he's opening this. The idea of d4. So knight takes, knight takes. I've won a pawn. I grab the other knight. He grabs my bishop. Could I sack another piece? Let's look. Sacks. If the king took, that'd be awesome because then I take on h5 with check and then I can push d4, but he doesn't have to take with the king. He can take with the knight. So sacking that piece for nothing seems stupid. So it makes me wonder if I should set up the pin first. But that gives him time to get the knight out of danger. I say we go for it. He castled. So I get to save my beautiful bishop. I like that. Then it was worth going for. Okay, pawn structure looks like this. Let's move it here and threaten d4. D4's a coming. Bishop here, knight there. He might attack my queen. Oh, did I just hang this pawn? I did. No, there's a pawn here. Thank God. Yeah, my opponent's a little frustrated, I think. My opponent left the game, hey? There's still lots of life in this game. I don't understand why he would rage quit. That makes no sense. Lots of life left in this game. So obviously if I was black, he's pushed this. I'd probably tuck this bishop away so that if I do play d4, he can't go there because then I can take with the queen because of this pin on the king. He came back. He came back. Yes. Okay. My opponent left the game though. That means he closed his window and opened his window somewhere else, which is a little terrifying. Okay, so my queen is here. My opponent has a pawn structure like this. I have a pawn structure like this. My knight is gone. So that would mean the queen is bearing down on this square right now because my rook is here. But his bishop there and his knight here, and I push d4, what does he have? Well, honestly, if I push d4 and he backs the bishop up, I can't take. It still seems like a great move, though. I hung this pawn to the knight. Yeah, so this gets a little complicated. D4 might not be the greatest idea. Because I have a knight here and a bishop here. If I play D4, he might go here. But then that would allow me to... Now he's attacking this pawn. My bishop. I mean, I could just offer a queen trade. This pawn needs to be defended, as well as this square. If I go here, he can take the pawn and I can't take the knight because then he gets the check in. It's a little bit of a pickle. d4, knight d3, everything's defended. I can play queen f3. He's probably going to play this. I am so confused. Did he take with a pawn back here? He did. My brain saw knight takes. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's why I backed the bishop up. Fuck me. God, I'm fucking retarded. Like, why does my brain see the knight move? The squares, I need the moves list. I saw knight takes e5. That's what my brain saw. I didn't even have to back my fucking bishop up. So now that's a terrible fucking move. Oh, I'm mad at myself for that. I'm so mad at myself. I found this great tactic. Won a pawn. And then shit the bed with the most stupidest thing ever. I swear to God, I thought it showed, the indicator showed knight takes on e5. Like, fuck, that bugs me because it's not like a lapse of judgment. It's just being actually clinically retarded. God, I hate myself. So frustrating. I thought his knight was on e5, so that's why I moved my bishop and... Okay. We're going to take the queen. We're going to take the pawn. So this is my pawn structure. Looks like shit now. This is my opponent's pawn structure. Wait, do I have a pawn here still? I do. Right? So does he. Did anything happen with the e-pawns? I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. Oh, I'm frustrated. Very, very frustrating. Yeah, he doesn't like that bishop. Should I keep it? This is my pawn structure, I'm pretty sure. I think we'll just have to trade. He has no way to defend this pawn, though. Well, he does. His knight never moved yet. Or did it? Yeah, no, it didn't. Oh, I'm so frustrated with myself. Yeah, so my opponent's pawn structure looks like this. I'm pretty sure. That's my opponent's pawn structure. I'm pretty sure this is my pawn structure. I could attack the bishop. Bishop goes here or here. But then I plant the knight here, attacking this pawn. He takes... No, he has a pawn on e5. What am I thinking? Oh, it's a double attack. I could move the knight here, attacking this, and attacking this. No. Because the rook's here. So his best move would be to go here. He could go there, and if I take, he'd have the discovered check on f2. Because this is his pawn structure, I could just move my knight here. That way he can never push f5. Wait, his knight defends it, so he could push f5. I don't think that's a good square for the knight, but I need to get the knight off here. So maybe the best course of action is to move the knight here and here. Because if I go here and he moves his bishop, the knight can never go anywhere because the bishop controls this diagonal. But if I go here, I could go here. Or initiate a... Yeah, we're going to go here. My opponent just crushing all of a sudden. It didn't help that I thought he took on e5 with a knight. That screwed everything up badly for me. Wait a minute, he does not have a pawn there because he took here. So this idea would have been good. No? I took, he took, I took. So I have a pawn here. I'm so confused about the pawn structure. And I can't rewind to look at it. Okay, let's think about it. I sacked on e5. Okay. And that is when his pawn still looked like this. And he had pawns like this. So I sacked on e5. He took with this pawn. I thought it was the knight. So because I thought it was the knight, I backed the bishop up. My queen was still here. He played queen here. Then I played d4. He took. So this pawn's gone. This pawn's gone. And after he took with d4, then I realized it wasn't the knight that was on e5. So then I played queen here. And he took. So that pawn's gone. This pawn's gone. And I took. So there's a pawn there, right? Then he played his bishop out, so this pawn ended up here. I traded queens, so this is the pawn structure. And forgive me, but I'm pretty sure there's a pawn still here. I can't move my rook there, so yeah, this is my pawn structure, and this is my opponent's pawn structure. And now I'm running out of time. So I could have definitely rerouted a knight there and had a beautiful center. So let's oppose this bishop and just call it a day. Take the open files. This is my pawn structure. He probably wants to come down here and attack it. But my rook's protecting it. We're going to go here. So it's a knight versus a knight. And since my knight's here, I'm going to go back to this idea. Yeah. He doesn't have a... He's attacking my pawn? That's fine. Let's just push it. No, we can't. He pushed his pawn. My pawn is undefended. We'll just take. Yeah. So I think this is my opponent's pawn structure now. I don't know where his rook is. I don't know where it is. Let's give our king some luft. Oh, we already did? Let's hope his rook isn't on the second rank. I got 2 minutes, so... He's going to an endgame, is he? I have no clue. What's he doing? This is my pawn structure. Pretty sure this is my opponent's pawn structure. This is my opponent's pawn structure. My opponent has a 3 versus 1 basically on this side. Just gonna go there. Yeah. So this is my pawn structure. I'm pretty sure this is my opponent's pawn structure. Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's totally losing, I think. At least now the king can't go there. I can go here. Pretty sure this is what it looks like, I hope. This is what I look like. This is what he looks like, and that's what I look like. I guess if you want to color code it, this is what we look like. And our kings are here. This is what I'm seeing in my head. Yeah. I have to take. If he pushes, at least I can go here. It's over though. He can distract me with this pawn. I have to go for it, and then he wins this pawn, and it's game over. Yeah. Yeah, it's game over then. Yeah, pretty quick I'm going to resign. My opponent was in a losing position, left the game. I should have called victory. He left for a reason. We can only imagine what that is. And then he came back and started playing super solid. Yeah, so we're here and here, and now he's here. Okay, so now he's here. I don't know what my pawn structure looks like anymore. It's still here? Oh, I was way off. What was I thinking? Yeah, this is my pawn structure. And this is my opponent's pawn structure now. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah. So my opponent is this. And I fucked up. I thought for sure I had a pawn there. So, yeah, I'm totally toast now. He's going to take, yeah. I don't know where the king is. I don't know where the king is. Shit, where did the king go? I can't win this. Yeah, so I didn't check the king. Oh my god, I got a draw. I'll take it. Oh my god, I can't believe my opponent drew me. Time trouble. I didn't know where the king was because I was pre-moving and not paying attention. I came down here just because I thought maybe the king was here or here. I wasn't sure. So, oh my god. I should have checked the king here. I didn't know where the king was. I could have checked the king and won this pawn. My opponent went for a draw. What a game. So, I mean, we'll take a quick burn through it, but there's not much to say. The biggest fuck up of the game. I played it pretty solid, I'd say, until I saw my brain. I swear to God, I saw this square highlighted. I almost need a moves list because picturing a knight here, I was going for all these ideas, and yeah, I thought this was great, minus thinking the knight was here, not the pawn. I wouldn't have pushed d4 if I knew the pawn was there. If I knew the pawn was here, I think that a simple this would have been great. Initiate a queen trade. Put the knight there. I started to really lose track of the pawn structure somewhere around here. It's still anyone's game here, though this was a horrible idea. I should have went here, attacking this pawn. Maybe it pushes, then I go here, double attack on the two pawns. This was terrible because now this is winning endgame for my opponent. 100%. But I don't understand why he was going back and forth there. He could have brought his king. He could have beat me. Right? Boom, 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 boom. Oh no, do. So he couldn't have beat me. Okay. He gets opposition, and then, yeah, I thought there was 3 pawns here. I thought there was a pawn here. Oh my god. I could have pushed and made a passer. Oh, that is frustrating. I thought there was a pawn here. Blindfold chess is hard, folks. So hard. And yeah, I'm completely lost here. Yeah. I thought there was a pawn here. I didn't want to push to create a 2-on-2 that gets locked up. Excuse me. So now I'm just lost. And then I somehow get this miracle of promoting and getting a draw. My opponent just wanted the game over. I love it. That's just the most... I could not have predicted that end, and I'm glad I didn't resign, I guess. But that was a tough game. I'm going to get out of here now. Until next... Oh, actually, before I get out of here, let's look at the analysis just to see how bad it was. You can see this graph. It's looking pretty nasty. 5 blunders. 7 blunders. Holy hell. We both had 7 blunders. So what is this move? Right? Here, yeah. This was a bad move. Ugh, look at the valuation. It goes from draw to completely losing, which makes sense. So you take away, like, obviously I bet you this is I have a huge advantage here. Oh, the bishop was hanging. Oh my goodness. So d4 isn't a bad idea, even though I thought this was a knight. I thought this was a knight when I pushed d4. But even though, you know, I thought the knight was there instead of the pawn, it's still a good move. And when he took with the pawn, I didn't recalibrate. Because if I did, I was worked up, pissed off at myself, really frustrated. If I would have recalibrated and realized, okay, it was a pawn all along. He took with a pawn. Now he took again. Wait, his bishop is undefended. But I was too frazzled at that moment. So that's a shame I missed that. But, you know, let's look at all the way up to that tactic moment. Top move is d4 right now. Computer doesn't like that. Why? Bishop f2 check. King takes f2. Queen h4 check. King g1. And then knight takes e5. Ooh, yeah, that doesn't look so good for me. Oh, and his queen protects the knight. So this is just a piece sack for nothing. Well, not really. I win a pawn, my opponent wins a pawn, and I win it back, but now he's got all his pieces surrounding my exposed king. So that is why knight takes e5 wasn't even good. Makes sense. But you could push e4 or d4. d4. E takes d4. Now knight takes d4 because there is no exposed checks. And I'm going to win this knight. Yeah. Well, let's see here. What if... Yeah. So pawn takes, knight takes, knight takes, c takes, bishop takes, queen takes, and I'm up a full minor piece. So you can't do it that way. What an ugly, ugly game. Oh, and then he lost again here. Yeah, so he lost. I missed this 2-on-3. I thought it was a 3-on-3, which is why I didn't push g4. Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Well, we take those. I'm going to get out of here. Till next time, cheers.